Hello everyone. Like the popular saying goes, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. My name is Oluwatomisin Okegbenro and I'll be talking about financial planning in year 2019. I've grouped this topic into three major categories. The first category is proper financial planning, the second category is savings and investment, and the third category is business and career. Enjoy. Let's talk about proper financial planning. I've grouped this category into four subheadings. The first is budgeting, the second is decision making, the third is self-discipline, and the fourth is avoiding negative influences. Let's talk about budgeting. What is a budget? A budget is a financial plan for a specified period, okay? And it helps you to create a spending plan for your money. You're not too young, neither are you too old to have a budget. I believe that there are two stages in budgeting. The first stage is the preparation stage and the second is the execution stage. In both stages, it is necessary that you apply a level of discipline, a measure of discipline in the preparation stage and in the execution stage. This is going to help you to eliminate wasteful spending and will help you to curb excessive spending habit or bad spending habits, okay? So whether you're in the primary school, the secondary school, whether you're in a higher institution, whether you're a working class individual, a business owner, or you're a parent, or whether you're in the government house, so to speak, it is necessary that you have a budget because it helps you to plan properly for responsibilities and for a whole lot of other things. So for financial planning, budgeting is necessary. So let's talk about decision making. It is very important that when it comes to your finances, you make the right decisions because any wrong decision you make can have a negative effect on you. So generally, the decision-making process either affects you positively or negatively. So it is necessary that you take your time. Don't be in a haste. Don't rush into any decision-making process. Take your time, get the right information that you need, and make well-informed decisions, okay? That can be done by getting information from the right sources. You have online sources, you have opportunity to get information from either financial advisors, people who are knowledgeable, but make sure that whatever you do your proper research or proper study before going ahead to decide whether you're going to go into it or whether you're going to invest in it or whether this is the route you want to take. Okay, it is very necessary in planning properly for your finances. Talking about self-discipline, it is very important that you're disciplined in anything that you do. In planning for your finances, you need to be disciplined, just like I earlier said. If you're having, let's take for example, you have a goal of about 5 years or a 10-year goal, or it could even be a 15 to 20-year goal, it is necessary that you're disciplined. If you're not disciplined, achieving that goal, that set goal, can be might be a little bit difficult, to achieve because you might be someone who starts something and then drops it along the way. So you need to be disciplined in planning for your finances. Let's talk about avoiding negative influences from friends and family. It is very important that when you're planning for your finances, you're the one who knows your purse. You're the one who knows your vision. Don't let other people make decisions for you. Don't let their influence affect you, particularly if it's not in line with your plan. So it is necessary that you avoid any negative influence, anything that's going to contradict the plan that you have set for yourself. You need to stay clear from it, okay? So avoid negative influences from friends, from family. That would help you to get to your goal financially. Let's talk about savings and investments. Savings requires you setting money aside in a particular account in such a way that your money doesn't lose its value. On the other hand, investment requires you taking certain risks to ensure that you get return on your money. Now, let's talk about savings briefly. Savings, when you want to save, it could either be for a short-term period or a long-term period. Usually it is to meet a particular need, an expense, or unforeseen circumstances. And it is advisable that if you have any source of income, before you go ahead and spend, you need to save some money. It is a wrong ideology for you to spend and then save later. It is wrong. So the best thing you can do is when you have that money at hand, save some and spend the rest. So you're preparing your budget on what is left after saving. And then talking about investments, there are high risk investment, there are low risk investment, and it is not advisable for you to put all your money into a particular security or a particular investment platform. Okay, make sure that you spread your money across various investment platforms, and this is after doing your thorough research, well detailed study of all the areas you want to invest in. It is very, very important that you get the right information you need before tying your money down. Now, various areas that you can invest in, we have real estate, we have oil and gas, we have fixed deposits, we have agriculture, and lots more. Okay, these are just some that I just picked out so that you can have an idea of areas to invest in or areas you want to make more research on and start investing, particularly to youths who are just coming up and might not have much information that they need to make the right moves when it comes to investing. So go ahead and do your research on other platforms. There are so many other ways you can invest, but make sure that whatever organization you want to invest in, whatever security you want to invest in, you do your research, find out the advantages and the disadvantages, spread your investment across the low and the high risk investments. So let's talk about return on investment. Now, we all know that sometimes the return on investment can be really low, and this discourages most people from going ahead to invest. But don't allow this to be a factor, because you're not looking at the present value of that investment, the return on investment, but basically you're looking at what it will yield 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now, because you're planning towards your retirement. Remember, investment is for planning towards your retirement. You're not thinking of what you're going to gain or what you're going to eat now. No, that's not what you're thinking of. When you're investing, you're thinking towards the future. So basically, don't let that discourage you. And before you even go ahead to invest, please do your research and proper findings. Like I said earlier, do your research and findings on whatever area it is that you want to invest in. Okay, it is very necessary, and even the organization itself that you want to go ahead to invest in. Now let's talk about planning for retirement. Most people fail to plan for their retirement, and this is one major issue that people face. And that is why when they're in their old age, of course, you've gotten to that age where you can no longer work, except if you have a business that is bringing in, some money. You have to retire. So what exactly do you retire on? Or are you actually waiting for your children to come and take care of you? That is the mentality of most African parents. But who says that you as an individual or as a young person cannot start planning for your retirement? For example, if you plan to retire after 30 years, you already know your age, so it could be 30 years, it could be 25 years or whatever. You need to start planning for what's going to happen to you, or what you're going to be living on or feeding with, you understand, feeding on for a period, after that period of 30 years, 25 years, you need to have that plan now. And that is why it is necessary that you start investing. The year is still very early, and that is why I'm putting out this video to those of you who are really young. I know most of our parents, most of our parents basically are past that age, but this does not mean that parents shouldn't eat what Yorubas call onjomo, that they shouldn't get reward of all the labor that all the money you've spent on your kids. No, that's not what I mean. But basically what I'm trying to say is, okay, like for example, I have people in Nigeria here who earn about 4,000 naira from pension on a monthly basis. Please, what is 4,000 naira going to do for an elderly person who's going to be feeding, who's going to be buying drugs, who's going to be visiting the clinic even more often? So what exactly is that money going to do? This is why it is necessary that you plan ahead of time. Okay, if you're a child and your parents are maybe elderly, it's not too late for you to have a plan for them. But it is necessary that even you as a young person, you have that plan for your life, for your future. You're not too young, like I said, to invest. Neither are you too young to plan for your future. So I want to believe that for savings and investment, you already know the differences between both. Savings is towards a specific thing. Investment involves more of your retirement, basically planning for the future, longer term than savings. So it is very important that you implement both the savings and the investment. Now, this is not to say that you do not save, and this is not to say that you only invest, okay? It only means that you implement both. You find a way to, you find the balance rather between both. There are times where you need to save, there are times where you need to invest. So both should come handy, okay? And to wrap up the savings and investment category, I would like to tell everyone out there, particularly the youths, stay away from get rich quick schemes. I call it get rich quick schemes. Those are schemes that basically lure you into, getting fast returns. You just drop, or maybe doubling your money. You put down 10,000 naira, you get 20,000 naira within a week or within. How exactly are they doing this? Those are the questions you need to be asking. You don't just dive into it because someone got it doesn't mean. I'm sure most people would have learned from the experience of MMM, and I guess people are wiser. So don't tell yourself that because you're going for all these get rich quick schemes, you're investing. That's not investment, okay? It's scam, and at the end of the day, people will be left out. Do you understand? So please avoid get rich quick schemes, okay? Thank you. And to wrap up this video, I will be talking about business and career. This is my favorite. I just love talking about this. Okay, first off, not everybody is cut out to be a business owner. I would say that anytime, any day, and I will keep saying it. You do not have to force yourself into business if you know you don't have that drive or that passion for it, okay? Now, it is fine for you to be an employee. It is perfectly fine. Don't let anybody deceive you. But while you're an employee, you need to plan for your future. You will not just sit down and be earning salary and have no future plan, okay? It is very necessary that whatever it is you're earning, you plan, and then also look for means to make other, to get other sources of income, okay? It is very necessary. You cannot survive on just one means, particularly if you're the breadwinner of the house, okay? And for business owners, now let me explain. So many people go into business and they find out that it's not as easy as it seems, and that's the reality. Nothing good is easy, okay? So basically you need to work for it. Now the economy can be really challenging, or you can experience some difficulties in the economy and situations of things around generally, and that could discourage you as a business owner. But you need to keep thriving, you understand? And that is why it is necessary that before you even go into any business venture, you should have the passion. Don't live on someone else's dreams. It's not going to work for you. It is not. There's no two ways about it. If you don't have that passion for the thing you're going into, then don't bother investing into it. It is necessary that you have that zeal, that passion, because when it gets tough, that is basically that passion that is going to keep you going. Do you understand? So it is necessary that as a business owner, you need to have passion and that interest for whatever it is you're going into. Okay, the interest is not just enough. That's why I said the passion and the drive rather. So those two things really matter. And then you have to do your research. It is important. Do all the research you can get. Make all the research that you can get. Basically, it is very, very important. You have online sources, you have books. Read a lot of books. It will help you along the way. And lastly, for all those who are planning to start a business and are still thinking of the right idea or right thing to go into, one thing you need to understand is that you should be a problem solver. As a business owner, you need to be solving a particular problem. Okay, so whatever business idea you're bringing to the table should be a solution to a particular problem. So look at the economy, look for the loopholes, and pick up business ideas from all these loopholes in the economy, wherever country you are. So basically that would help you in having a business idea. But that's not enough. So please don't forget to do your research, do your studies, carry out a feasibility study on whatever business it is. Go out there, share questionnaires, ask people for their opinions, do samples. Those are all the things that you need to do before even investing a large amount of money into that business. These are very, very important, and I pray that God will help each and every one of us in Jesus' name. Thank you so much for listening. God bless you all.